Music can just not just change your heart, but change everything about you because it uplifts your spirit. This is a very critical time. People are suffering. We're all isolated. We're all anxious. We're all worried. We all feel lonely. So we want to offer up this great online series, Music Heals. We hope this series will bring inspiration and hope and healing to all of you, as it has for me.
Hello everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. 大家好. Canada believes in youth empowerment and an equal opportunity for all. And as such, we are so proud to be supporters again this year of the Hong Kong Generation Next Arts Music Festival. Nous sommes très fiers ici au Consulat Général du Canada d'appuyer encore une fois cette année ce festival. For young people, it's an especially tough time. Your learning is disrupted, you can't see your friends, there are so many things in your life that may be beyond your control. And yet, around the world, many people are learning to cope by taking a positive attitude. 喺疫情期間，我哋一齊努力學習，樂觀地去應對變幻無常嘅情況。Good mental health is so essential at a time like this. And music has an amazing power to heal, to relieve stress, to relieve anxiety. And that's why it is so important and so timely that HKGNA is offering global online music therapy to the whole world, featuring music therapists and educators and performers from here in Hong Kong and around the world. And I'm particularly pleased that we have Canadian mezzo-soprano and music educator, Dr. Irene Feher, offering a Music Heals session. So let me congratulate HKGNA Music Festival. De la part de toute notre équipe au Consulat Général du Canada, félicitations pour ce festival. And allow me to wish all of you the very best of health. Je vous souhaite tous et toutes bonne santé. 祝大家身體健康.
Hello, my name is Irene Feher, and I am coming to you from Montreal, Canada. And I'm delighted to be singing for Hong Kong Generation Next Arts Music Heals Summit. I'm especially delighted to do this virtual collaboration with 𝐿𝐼𝐿. 𝐿𝐼𝐿 is part of HKGNA's Musical Angel program. We both have visual impairments. We both understand the challenges and know the rewards of musical study. And we're delighted to present An die Musik by Franz Schubert. I will read the translation for you. You lovely art, in how many gray hours when life's wild circle ensnares me, have you ignited my heart with a more ardent love? Have you carried me away to a better world? Often has a sigh flowed from your harp, a sweet holy chord from you, has opened the heaven of better times for me. You lovely art, I thank you for that.
Wo
Welt entrückt, in eine bessere Welt entrückt. Oft hat ein Seufzer deine Harfe entflossen, ein süßer, heiliger Akkord von dir, den Himmel bessere Zeiten mir erschlossen. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir dafür. Du holde Kunst, ich danke dir. Thank you so much for joining me today as I talk about how music creates pathways. I am humbled and honored to represent Canada as well as Concordia University in Montreal. We all know something about the impact that music has on our cognitive, physical, emotional, and social development. But it's the stories of human experiences that touch the heart and fire our intrinsic motivation to accomplish something. I was particularly moved by HKGNA's Musical Angel program, a program that is designed to offer musical and educational opportunities for disadvantaged and underprivileged youth to nurture their creative talent and empower them to fulfill their dreams and aspirations. For the first time in a public address, I am going to talk about my own challenges as a person living with low vision. Music was always around me. After sustaining a voice injury in 1990, I started taking lessons, and that's when I discovered the world of classical singing. I remember how moved I was when I first heard her advanced classical students sing. I wanted to learn how to do that. And with the support of my family, the Montreal Association of the Blind, and the Quebec Student Financial Aid, I went to Concordia at the age of 30 to develop my voice and become a better musician. Being visually impaired, I wanted to prove to myself that I could become an accomplished singer. Going back to school in music set me on fire. Now I had to work very hard, and I can't imagine I would have had the stamina to do what I did without that intrinsic passion. I am ever grateful for the amazing professors at Concordia for supporting me, this late bloomer, and taking me seriously. Being visually impaired and in my mid-40s put me at a disadvantage in the competitive world of classical voice. I felt as though I did not fit completely into the classical world of performance. In my life, I never wanted to identify as someone with a disability, but as I grew older, the reality of my limitations became more glaring. I felt out of step with the world. but I also felt I had a certain freedom to create my own path. I knew I had to find a way, a truly holistic way to combine music and wellness. It is my hope that my story will inspire you to believe in the power of music to change lives and heal. I also facilitate music improvisation as a vehicle for self-expression, collaboration, and community building. It is this aspect of my work as an educator where I witness time and again the power of music to heal and transform lives. I created the Live Your Music at Concordia project several years ago. It all began in 2016 when I gathered some Concordia students and created an improv collective. One of the students dubbed it Collaboratory. I facilitated the workshops, and I was incredibly moved by the excitement and expression coming out of the students. Beyond the music, what struck me was how we were able to create an environment where expression of emotions and mutual support reigned. I saw friendships form and projects evolve. And then I found myself wanting to find ways to offer the benefits of musicking to a broader community, to reach out to others who may be looking for a creative outlet. Musicking is a term developed by Christopher Small, and it's a term that describes the human processes and the relationships that form when people get together and make music. Now, having been in the competitive university environment for many years as both a student and professor, I know firsthand the high levels of anxiety and feelings of isolation that many students experience. I know what it is to feel depressed and burned out. I wanted to see whether music improvisation jams could provide some form of relief. With the support of Laura Mitchell from Concordia's Student Success Center, Concordia's Department of Music, and private funding from a Concordia Music alumnus, I was able to launch Live Your Music at Concordia Music Health Breaks. These regular weekly workshops are open to students from all faculties, as well as members of the Concordia community. No auditions are required. Everyone is welcome.
They say music soothes the soul. At least that's the idea here at Concordia's JMSB building every Wednesday night, where students and community members gather to take part in the Live Your Music Concordia project.
Students are so often overwhelmed with work, money issues, so much. And they can come and they can be engaged, meet other friends who have common interests, and basically build a community.
Music professor Irene Feher says anyone is welcome. The point is to let people come together in a safe space to make music and to provide a sense of stress release.
They enter into this state of flow where they forget about everything that's happening. They're just engaged with each other and engaged in the sound-making process.
The feeling in the room is full of encouragement, acceptance, and individuality. Professor Feher runs the project along with Laura Mitchell of Concordia Student Success Center.
One of the things that's blown my mind has been the intergenerational and intercultural friendships.
Participants don't have to be Concordia students. They just have to be willing to relax and relate to each other.
It keeps your stress level down, and at the same time you feel the inner happiness. That's why I come here more often, spiritual inner happiness.
It also connects us. Students came back week after week and they brought colleagues and friends. Then, what developed over months demonstrated the central role that music can play in community building. Regular attendees went out of their way to make new attendees feel welcome. They showed new players how to use instruments, offered them a place to sit in the circle, responded to their musical offerings, and talked to them after the session. Students would hang out and jam. Students from the faculties of engineering, cinema, English, education, psychology, fine arts, math, dance, and music coming together to laugh, create, and make music for the pure joy of it. I work with musicians of all levels of experience, and I don't follow any particular style. My mentor, Mary Knish, describes the freely improvised music that emerges as the human process in sound. Expressing what we are feeling through music transcends words and boundaries. It provides a powerful outlet to release feelings of anxiety, worry, frustration, and sadness, as well as hope, life energy, and love. Improvising music alone and with others can be calming, uplifting, empowering, and energizing. I have witnessed how creative musical play transforms lives. It has certainly transformed mine. Music connects us with one another. Remember that amazing feeling of being at a concert, listening, swaying, dancing, and dreaming as part of a collective audience? Or think about how good it feels when we join others singing a familiar song. Music is the soundtrack to our lives. There are also those of us who are lucky enough to play music or sing with others. We know that indescribable joy of connecting with each other in sound. I want to make this experience accessible to everyone. Imagine a large group of players, each playing a different instrument, filling a room with inspired sound. The atmosphere is something. There's no particular key, style, beat, or rhythm. It is a sound of life. To improvise, and yes, we all can, one has to let go of expectations and mental chatter and enter into a state of being completely present in the moment. To get there, I just listen. Silence. Silence is the space between our thoughts. Silence gives wings to imagination and opens the way for true connection and collaboration. Learning how to listen has changed not only my musical life, but my personal life. I get away from the mental chatter that clouds my brain and tenses up my body. Ideas come, and I drop into a feeling of open readiness. I'm in a dynamic state of flow, exactly as the psychologist 𝐊𝐥𝐸 𝐶sikszentmihalyi describes. Being in the zone is when we lose track of time. We let go of our cares and we tune into what is happening all around us. It's thrilling. We musicians experience this when playing in ensembles. We are swept into the moment, and there is nothing like it. Now, when we're doing this with music that we have studied, we have to know that music inside and out. We have to be able to play it in our sleep almost. But to improvise is a whole equally exciting approach. And facilitating music improvisation has taught me how to listen to others, to be authentic, and to care for those I make music with. I am now creating the same magical atmosphere and facilitating that experience of musical self-discovery to more people than I ever imagined. I use my facilitation skills when I teach voice lessons as well. And the most rewarding part is knowing that I'm doing all I can to encourage self-realization. To facilitate is to be in service to others. I use my musical abilities to help others become the best that they can be. One of the fun aside, just as an aside, one of the neat parts of being a music facilitator is discovering and acquiring instruments that anyone can learn to improvise with in minutes. Facilitated free improvisation can bring together and inspire musicians of all ages and levels. When we permit ourselves to return with childlike wonderment to the three fundamental elements of music: silence, pulse, and tone, we allow the process of free improvisation to begin. Free improvisation opens the way for everyone to get in touch with their innate musical intuition. For the experienced musician, it restores that initial curiosity, joy, and self-trust that is all too often lost to expectations, perfectionism, and self-judgment. For the novice, it opens the way to musical development. My eyes have been opened to a relatively new branch of music education known as community music. This allows a dynamic co-creation to emerge. I must be receptive to their ideas and be ready to be inspired by them and create music from those ideas. And week after week, I witnessed the power of music to make positive change. It is what happens over the course of a jam session that demonstrates music's power to heal. When engaging in creative play, movement, and music, we create numinous experiences. An experience where we feel like we are a part of something that is greater than ourselves. And this changes us at a profound level. I hope this talk will inspire the creation of more music improvisation programs that are designed to be accessible to all.